this is probably the first crossover fight, if you like, from boxing to MMA, where people are giving the MMA fighter a big chance in the fight. AJ's still the favourite. He's still much better all round. But Ngannou doesn't give a fuck.
I don't think 10 rounds of fighting is enough to know exactly what some fighters, what is his style, or his style, everything that he can do. Basically, in the fight, that was like to take the temperature of the water.
Shouldn't this be a mismatch?
On paper, but there's reality in it. Look at how I came up in the game. I came out of nowhere. In 3 years, got myself to the Olympics, became Olympic champion. In 3 years as a professional, became world champion. So stranger things have happened in life. And but I'm here, I'm a different beast, and I'm ready.
I do know that he does evolve. I have been training based on the experience that I have from that last fight. And then even from the last training camp, was very important because the training camp was even tougher than the fight. You know, I had that experience coming into this one, and this training camp, even though it was shorter, but he was easier in terms of preparation, in terms of body mechanics and the use of everything.
At the end of the day, textbook fighting is one thing, but passionate fighting is another, and I'm going in there to be relentless.
I'm looking for a knockout because you better be prepared for everything that comes. Basically, if we are talking of my experience in MMA, which has a lot of way of winning, knockout, decision, submission, and all those stuff. So I don't just walk away and focus on one thing. That means neglect the other two elements.
He's big and he's strong, and this Ngannou. He's a very dangerous fight.
Could you imagine that an MMA fighter with no wins would be your last hurdle to becoming undisputed?
That's what I say. In this world, yeah, you can plan whatever you want in life, but God and the universe is the best planner, because you just never know what's going to happen. You plan to go this route, and a curveball gets thrown in there. So I've just been ready for whatever, whenever, and I'm here ready for this competition, but I'll still be on course where I need to get to.
If AJ knocks out Ngannou and Fury beats Usyk, you have the opportunity to make the biggest fight in boxing. Actually, one of the biggest fights in the history of the sport. And you know the passion that His Excellency has for boxing and delivering for fight fans. And he's going to look at that and go, and they're going to say, yeah, but there's a rematch. And he's going to go, look, can we just have a conversation with everyone? We must make this fight now. Maybe the loser waits and then fights the winner of that one, or whatever. But it's not something that normally he's prepared to wait for. Do you know what I mean?
You would think Joshua's going to win because of the time he's had in boxing, but Francis Ngannou is a beast himself. Can take so many shots, whatever it is, kick, elbow, punch, whatever. And he hasn't been knocked out or taken down, so it's going to be interesting to see if Joshua can hurt him.
You won't get anybody to say Ngannou has no chance.
Listen, I said before that fight, this fella's he's not an influencer, he's not a, whatever they call him, computer nerd, or I don't even know what they call him these days. He's not one of them. He's a fighter. He comes from a fighting background, a winner. He's had a tough life, and you knew he was going to come and compete. You knew he was going to be dangerous. What I didn't know is that he could box. He could box. Now, what's he learnt from these last fights? Ngannou. What can he improve on? Because he knows what he's in the ring against. Mind you, so does AJ, because he's seen him in the ring. So it's going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be an explosive fight, and I am convinced it won't go to distance.
You're one of the very few people who has been in the cage with Ngannou and can speak to what his strengths are. When you say you're leaning towards him, if it were to go his way, how do you see it ending?
Well, if he connects, it's going to be a problem for him, for Josh. I think the weight difference is a thing. And I think also now, since the Tyson Fury fight, he's up to, that has just built on his confidence.
Ngannou is going to try and bully AJ, but we want AJ to box him for a couple rounds and then knock him out. That's it.
Do you rate Ngannou as a boxer after his performance?
No. Listen, I've been saying to these people, I gave Ngannou a nickname. I was like, Ngannou is a Superman of Africa. Do you understand? He's our Superman, you know, because his life has dealt him so much shit in his life, and he's come out of it smelling like roses. You understand?
It's difficult for you, having had the experience with Ngannou, maybe not been at your best. Do you beat yourself up about that?
You have a toss, been paid, it's in the past now. You have good performances and bad ones and move on. It's not about beating yourself up. Why? I got paid, got laid, got out of here. That's what we do. We go in, get paid, get laid, and go home. On to the next one. That's it. We're prize fighters. So yeah, I'm not going to dwell on the past. I don't need to ask myself if, why, where, but maybe.
Tyson underestimated this MMA guy because we got boxing snobbery. We think, nah, no man's coming into our sport, especially if he had no fights. To do that to the best fight in the world, he did.
On the performance that he had against Tyson, I would back him against a few guys who are ranked in the top 10 to beat them.
If, God forbid, he lost to Ngannou, a guy that's had his second professional boxing match, regardless what field he's come from, how will Anthony Joshua get over that mentally as a fighter, not as a promoter, not as a manager, as a fighter, say, I've just lost to a guy that's had 2 professional fights. He's a former world champion, twice. He's a former Olympic champion. You know, so as a fighter, how do you lift yourself and justify it? I can justify losing to number 9, number 8, number 7, number 6, and 5, and 4 of the heavyweights in the world because it's this and that. You cannot lose to this man, and this is the pressure that's on AJ's shoulders. He can't afford to lose. If he loses to him, mark my words, Anthony Joshua will pack him boxes.
I don't think he's back. He Wallen was his sparring partner. He's probably beat him up a million times. It was what it was. Until he's in there with somebody who can fight back properly, another good boxer, then we'll see if he's back.
I will struggle to do 10 rounds. I struggle to do 10 rounds. And if anybody doesn't struggle to do 10 rounds, then you are something else. You're not human. You know, I'm human. Everybody gets tired after 10 rounds, you know. So that's right, I'm struggling. And I have no problem with it because it's a learning process. I'm here to learn. And I struggled for the first fight, who was against Tyson Fury. And in fact, I was in that fight questioning myself, like, what would happen when I get in the 4th round? How would I feel? Because I never been in the professional fight, boxing match for 4 rounds, for 6 rounds, 8 rounds. Then that was 10 rounds. So yes, I did struggle, but I think he struggled as well.
We're not looking past this fight. This is my main focus. So the incentives and all that stuff is just to win. That's it. Just focus on my game plan and what I got to do.
You know what? That makes sense. I was hoping you give me a little juicy gossip. We need a clip. We need something.
Let me see. He said he's got
AJ's AirPods. Everyone's asking what is playing in AJ's left AirPod. What's on the playlist?
Let me see what I got for you people, yeah?
Come on, this is a question we all wanted answered.
Alright, listen what we got, right? You want to hear something?
I don't know, I'll listen.
You ready?
And he's actually connected now. Got some old school garage going on there.
Trust me.
What's going on in camp? Is that the mood? Is that the vibe? That the energy?
Just music. I don't know why there's a big conspiracy of what I listen to on my AirPod. I don't know what the big deal is.
Francis thought he sold it. Have you seen the Instagram video that Francis put up about what's going on, what's playing in your AirPod?
No, what's he got playing on? What
you better ask him.
AirPod?
I don't know. I was just listening. I found your AirPod and I was just listening, and it was playing a lot of different stuff.
All good. But so back to the fight business.
How do you prepare for someone like Francis Ngannou? We said you've seen 12 rounds of him. I've seen interviews where you say you've studied him in the cage, his stand-up.
Yeah.
But it's different than fighting your average boxer.
Well, he's been boxing. His first dream was to be a boxer, which people forget, and he was part of the Cameroonian team. He started MMA, I think, was it 24 or 26? So that wasn't the first time he started hitting the heavy bag or hitting pads. He'd been doing it from a young age. His dream was always to be a boxer, so I know what I'm up against. You know, I look at all these small details, but I spar, I do my film study, all that type of stuff. I keep it professional, but on the night, that's different. All that textbook stuff goes out the window, and you just got to be relentless. Give it your best. It's already written in the stars what's going to happen. I'm just going to follow my destiny.
The road is still long, and I'm really intending to gain a lot of major victory like this. One more over Tyson, because I had the first one over him. I'm intending to have the second one, and he's been bitching about it, which is true.
I just hope I'm not in the middle of these two. If they start going at it, let me tell you.
You're gonna sleep in the octagon again, and I'm gonna wipe the ring with your ass again. You wipe the ring with your ass. There was the blood in the ring. It's sticking in your pants. What is that?
It's really heating up in here now.
Saying that last night where you
It's really heating up in here now. Francis is going to give you a chance to respond. I'm going to ask you the next question.
I've always tell you, your only chance is in the ring, in the boxing ring with the boxing rules. When you step off of that ring, you better stay 5 meters away before stuck your shit. Because if I lose it, you're gonna have a really bad time, my friend. So, respect the fact that boxing is protecting us, and the rules of boxing is protecting us. Because out of that, without that, you are nothing in front of me. I beat you every day, twice on Sunday.
First on to the scales, the MMA world champion in the heavyweight division. He shocked the world a few months ago, but now he's out for victory and shocked the world again. From Cameroon, the UFC MMA world heavyweight champion, Le Predator, Francis Ngannou. 272.6, 272 pounds, 0.6. Next on to the scales, the Olympic gold medalist, the former two-time heavyweight world champion, AJ Anthony Joshua. 252.4 pounds for the two-time world champion, the Olympic gold medalist, AJ Anthony Joshua. Here they are, face to face, our main event fighters for tomorrow night. Knockout chaos, power versus power. The Predator versus AJ. A battle of the ages. Boxing fans, are you ready? The Predator, Francis Ngannou. The former two-time world champion, AJ Anthony Joshua. Power versus power, the Predator versus AJ. The main event tomorrow night here in Riyadh.